Starting today with the Chapter 2 lecture. Chapter 1 is really quick. It shows you how to open and save a document. It also goes through searching the web and using the help files. Has anyone not searched the web before or opened any of that? Okay. Glance through that. You only have one activity due for that. It's a simulated practice. So go through and do that. It's really quick. The chapter is really short. You can scan and read through that on your own if you need help. I'll move in. Chapter 2 is also due on Monday. If you look down at the assignments. There's the chapter 1 skills exam. It's really easy. Go through the first couple of that chapter in the book. Fine. If you need help with the answers there, or take the tutorials that I showed you on Tuesday. Chapter 2 is due. We got a project and an exam with it. I'll go through the material for that today, what you need to know. So flip to chapter 2 in the book, and I'm going to go through a hands-on lecture with you. So just follow along with me on the board, and I'll show you all the tasks that you'll need to know to complete those 2 projects. It's all about Microsoft Word. It's different on most computers. So here, if you click on the Start button and go to All Programs, there's Microsoft Office 2013. And then here is Microsoft Word. That's where we'll begin. Go ahead and click there. Word starts off here. Go ahead and open it up. And the book has, we're going to start with a template, so we have some text to work with. Go ahead and click. It starts off here. You can start a blank document here. This is going to show all the recent documents that were in Word. If you wanted to open something from one of your flash drives, you click here, and it would open up a file explorer for you to choose. Right now we're going to start off with a template. So if we look underneath, it says suggested searches for a template. Just click on the business one. It gives you a few.
How do you get to that?
To get the Word?
Yeah.
Okay. Click on.
You just went to Word. I thought you went through it to the little program.
Oh no, we haven't opened it. We won't open that software today. We won't log in to Snap unless we have time to work on the activities. A lot of times I use the class time in the lectures. So yeah, it's just Microsoft Word. Start all programs, Office 2013 Word. Go to business. Choose this second one here, the business plan, just so we have a little title. So once you click there, this comes up, this page here, and you can just press create.
Which one did you choose?
just looking real quick, that's what I thought it was. Just choose this, in the second column, first one, actually. Office, Word. If you click business right here in the search, and then it's this one. Then just push create, and then we have a couple, we have a page that has text already on it that we can manipulate there. How many of you have never had a class on Microsoft Word before, or Excel, or PowerPoint, or any of it? All of you understand it? Because I usually go through the menus. We understand how the menus work up at the top, to the top left. Kind of, sort of. I'll go through it really, really quick. Okay. Up at the top left is called the Quick Access Toolbar. If you see it, I'm going to move the mouse up there. There's a little purple square that's going to save your work. If you already have a document name, you click that and it'll save it. The arrow to the right of that is the undo button. It points to the left. The arrow to the right is a redo button if it's available, if we've already typed. If we look all the way over, we see document 1, that's the name of our files. We always check there. The second part is broken into what's called tabs. Home, insert, design, page layout, and so on. Those are called tabs. When you're working in the project, you'll see it refer to, click on the insert tab, click on the home tab. That's what it means. The second large part there has all of your commands there. Those are the little quick buttons. They're all broken into what's called groups. If we look down at the very bottom, this says font and paragraph and styles. Those are your groups. So this is considered the styles group, and everything from this bracket to this side is all within that styles group. So the book will say, click on the home button, look in the styles group, choose heading 1. So home button, styles group, there's heading 1. If we look further down, there is a ruler if it's been enabled. This shows you where you are in the document. Because Word is nothing but big, looks like a big sheet of paper, you have to actually tell Word where you want your cursor to be. And then this will keep up with your margins and the width of your current page. If we look down at the bottom, we have how many pages is in our document. Notice there's 1 of 18 on this one. How many words are currently typed in there. And then over here are our view buttons. There's normal, page layout, read mode, web layout. And this is a zoom bar. It'll increase the size of your working area if you need to see it a little bit larger. You can just slide the bar back and forth. Okay, questions on that? Okay, good. So, the first thing the book talks about is using the file menu. So go ahead and click on File. And this is considered your backstage view. You'll see the book refer to backstage view. That's what this is here. Several different things that you'll use. Checking the document for errors, for footers, for an author, copyrights. You can lock your document, protecting it with a password, things like that. Most of the time you'll use this to save or print your work. It also has page properties here. How many pages, your words, how long it took you, how much you've been working on it. You can add titles and tags. Some activities tell you to put a tag in. This is where you would go to add your tag. Just click there and type in whatever word it asks you to put. Save and save as are here, and then print preview. All right, click on If you click on the back button that's up at the top left, it takes you to back to your work there and out of Backstage View. In order to edit anything in Microsoft Word, you need to go through a process of what's called selecting, and this is in all Microsoft applications. This is called a placeholder. If you use a template, if it has words that are surrounded by brackets, that's called a placeholder. You simply click on it, which would highlight the text. You're telling Microsoft Word that I want to type in information right there where it's highlighted. So you can just type title there. Okay. I showed you the undo redo buttons. Look up at the top now. Now we have our redo button is highlighted. We can use it. Another feature is show or hide the paragraph markers. So inside the home tab, the paragraph group, there's your paragraph marker. You can just click that. And what it'll do is it'll show you the end of a current paragraph. It'll show you where page breaks are. So in other words, without looking at this, we wouldn't know that this logo is going to print on a new page. But it says there's a page break here, so logo is going to be one page, this is going to be another page. It'll also keep up with spacing. If you click right here, let's see, just click with your cursor, just hit the space bar a few times, you'll see a little dot that's going to represent a space. As you start typing, it'll be very hard, especially in paragraphs like this, to tell if you have a single space or a double space. So using the paragraph markers will help you. And you can scroll down through just to see what happens and the different markers that you have for your text. None of those will print. If you leave it on and try to print, those markers will disappear. We scroll up to this here. This is called a tab marker. If you've pressed the tab key, you'll see that little arrow. Any questions so far? Right. Word has a spell check. I'm sure we're all very familiar with it. I'll go through. If we do HELO, if we were to press enter, or click away from it, Word will mark your words, doesn't understand. It'll be red if it's misspelled, or there's a green underneath it if it's a grammar error. If you right click on the word, it will suggest the correct spelling for you. Or you can go into the review tab and click spell check. And I told you the class starts off really, really basic, but it gets harder. Just want to make sure we've gone through all of the, and then it's going to try to go through the whole page, which a lot of these have the brackets there for our placeholders, so it's going to try to correct those, so you can just close that out. Okay, questions? Okay, go ahead and close that. Let's start a new document. Go back to start, all programs, Excel, I'm sorry, Office 2013, and then Microsoft Word. Then just click on blank document. The paragraph marker is already turned on because we turned them on a minute ago. We're on page 39. If you're following along. I wanted us to do. Hold on, unless there's a. Let me see what that does. Okay, close Microsoft Word, go back in, it wants to use the single space template. Office, Word, and use this one down below. It says single space blank, just click there, start the template. Comes up here, says the font sizes, a description of the document, click create. Alright, we begin by pressing enter 4 times. So press enter 4 times. Then on page 39, you're going to type the address that's there.
How do you make that paragraph thing?
These markers
Yeah.
in the home tab, paragraph group right here. See this? Just click on it and it'll show it. So it's 45 Maple Avenue. Then press enter and type Centerville, W 1127. Can you guys see that? You want me to zoom in? Let's see this. There. Enter twice after that and then type the date. It says March 12th, 2015. So we'll follow that. And then enter 4 more times. Okay. Go ahead, now we're going to save the document. So in the quick access bar, click the little purple square, the little disk. It's going to ask you where. Save it to your flash drive. If you don't have a flash drive, save it to the desktop of the computer. Just don't forget to delete it before you leave, so you can click desktop here. You're going to want to keep the files for reference. And the file name will be request. R-E-Q-U-E-S-T. And then click save. And then notice all the way at the top it says request instead of document form. So click up at the very, very first paragraph marker and you're going to type March 12th, 2015. Just like that. Of course, you can click anywhere within your document and begin typing. The little blinking bar is your insert point. Wherever that's blinking, your text will begin. Am I going too fast? Oh, it's okay. All right. You'll stop me from going too fast. Make sure you keep it. Just scribbling. Okay. So now we're going to type the letterhead in the body. So we have paragraphs to select and work with. So highlight, here's March 12, 2015. If you triple click on that, it'll highlight the entire date. This is where we're going to start our in the beginning of our letter, so type dear Miss and a colon. And move down to the next paragraph marker, and there's 3 paragraphs to type. If you're following along in the book, page 40, number 6. We'll type it all in there.
What did it say? Eastern.
Yeah.
What's after like, First Street east of?
I want to, so you can see it. There. If you're, who's following? We're gonna just type the first 2 sentences of each one of those paragraphs, because we'll probably run out of class time if I try to type all of those. So 1, 2, so that's the first sentence there, and then I'm gonna move to the second paragraph. So go down to the last paragraph marker there, and then press enter twice there, give a thank you. And then save your work. So we'll just type that much there. Everybody found it in there? Next activity, if you scroll up, notice that the name there, Laurent, has a little red line under there. As you're typing, working with Word, that's usually a misspelled word. If you know that that name is spelled correctly, you can remove that line just by right-clicking on it and tell it to ignore all, and then that line will go away. Then come down here, right after office. Notice if we just click anywhere in the text, then the insert point begins to flash. Press a space bar and just type Saturday. Two p.m. So notice you can click anywhere in the current text and edit it by begin typing. Or if we wanted to remove a word, so we're going to go ahead and remove avenue, just double click on avenue and the entire word selects. You can press delete on the keyboard or backspace and it'll remove that word. You can select the entire document. On the home tab, inside the editing group, see the select button. Press the down arrow there, get the option to select all. Go ahead and click that, and all of the entire document is then selected. And you could format it, change it, or cut it and paste it. We select all, show me. Let me see if we have this computer. Okay. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is move a paragraph. If you triple click on this, which of course yours should select all the way through, I put notice that I have a page break there just so you could see it on the board. So if I remove that, if I triple click, it'll select this entire paragraph. We go to the home. Inside the clipboard group, see the little scissors? That's going to cut the text. So if we click on that, the text is gone, but it's stored on what's called a clipboard. So we can paste it elsewhere. So let's click right after the name here and press enter. Press enter twice, and then you can press the paste button here to move that paragraph into a new location. And if we have an extra paragraph here, which we do, just click there, press the backspace, and it'll remove that paragraph. can paste there. You could even copy this. If you triple click on it once again, this time go to copy. Then if you go to file and click new, you'll see the template wizard come up again. Press on blank document. And you could even paste, then click up here, paste. If you push this down arrow right up underneath paste, you get several paste options. One of them will include the formatting from where you copied it. The other one will take the text that you have on the clipboard and merge it with the current document. So if the current document's main color was blue, then the text you paste would be blue. And then over here is just text only. And notice it gives you a preview down there. If I remove the mouse, then our text is gone. And we can choose, and we can see, just by moving the mouse over, what the text would look like if we were to paste it. So just go ahead and paste there. And that's how you could move text from one document to another. So go ahead and close that. You don't have to save that one. It'll take us back to our worksheet. Go ahead and click on save there. If we look in the home tab, in the editing group, there is a button that says find. If we click on the down arrow, we can click find, and we can find words in the document. So if we just type we and press enter, it'll highlight all the occurrences of the word we. There's we there, and it even took the W-E in west. You can do a find and replace as well. Go here. If we go to the advanced find, there's 3 tabs of find or replace, or we can just go to a particular page. If we do replace, let's say we wanted to change the word read to I. So we can just type we there and then replace it with I, and we can tell it to replace all. And it says it's made 1 replacement. So we can say yes to go to the beginning, and they've made 2 total. So if we go back here, all of the we's turn to I. It's not always the best because notice it took the W-E out of west. So you have to kind of watch when you're using the find and replace. What is good if you have a certain number in there that you'd like to replace in your document, or possibly someone's name throughout the large document. All right. Any questions? Okay. Let's go ahead and highlight the Dear Miss. If your navigation pane is open like mine, you can just press the X to get rid of it so we have more working space. And then you can change in Word. The home, there's a font group that has where you can change the fonts. If you press the down arrow, you get several different types of fonts. Let's highlight something in here like brochure, just so you can see what happens. If you press the down arrow, if I highlight over these fonts, it actually gives you a preview of what those fonts would look like inside your document. And so you can scroll through those, change your fonts. This spin box has a size, and this will increase or decrease the size of your text. Let's format the deer on the letter here. We can make it italicized, so if we go and highlight deer mist, you can triple click there and just click on the italicized button, and it'll italicize there. And if you click on bold, you'll get both options. It'll italicize it and it'll bold it. Go down to Saturday, 2 p.m. and highlight that. Notice once you highlight it, if you keep the mouse over it, you get what's called the quick access toolbar, or the mini toolbar, I'm sorry. You get the same options as you do up here in the font group. So you can do this as well, highlight there, bold, and italicize. There's also an underline as well. We can highlight "Thank you for your time" and use the toolbar itself. Click on the under. If you want to remove it, do the same thing. You can just click the button once again and it'll remove it. So it toggles it on and off. Let's look at the orientation of the page. If we go to File and then Print, you get options here to change the orientation. Here's the orientation right now. Standard on Word is portrait. If you had lots of information there, possibly wanted it to fit, you can make it a little wider so it's more like a postcard by turning it to landscape. If there was more than one, you could fit them to one page. You also have print selection, print current page, or you can set up only selected areas to print by clicking on the custom print. Next thing, go back, is inserting symbols. So right at the end, I look forward to hearing from you soon. Just click there or insert a symbol. We go into the Insert tab, and then all the way over here is Symbols. If you press the down arrow, you get the equations for mathematics or special symbols. We want to use the special symbols. And you can just use the copyright symbol right there. There's several different symbols to choose from. You can even click here on more symbols, and then you have normal and then Latin. Sometimes in your activities it's going to ask you to change this in your subset and then look through the symbols, so you'll just scroll through the symbols through this box. You can set up hyperlinks in Word, which is text that when you click on it, it's going to take you to a web page. So click to the right of your copyright symbol after the paragraph and press Enter. If If you type www, we'll go to the book's website, emcp.com. And if you press enter after that, Word automatically assumes, because of the dotted decimal notation, that it is a hyperlink. So it's going to automatically give you an underscore and it looks blue, or an underline and it looks blue. If you hold your mouse over it, you'll see the tooltip that says hold Control plus click to follow the link. So if you hold Control, your mouse turns to a little pointer, and if you click that, it would take you to the website. If you needed to edit that or remove it, if you right-click, if you don't like the lines and the color, or if this was a professional paper, you just wanted to cite the website, if you right-click on it, you get the option where you can actually remove the hyperlink, and if you click that, it'll take it back to text. Most of the time you'll select text in Word to move it to different sections, different areas of the document. Notice Word's default, as soon as you start typing, it types from left to right just like we write on a paper. We need to change that, so if we triple click on March 12, 2015, and let's say we want to center that in the document so it looks better. If you go to the Home tab, in the paragraph group, you have all these different options that you can change in the paragraph. And then if you hold the mouse over them, it tells you what they are. And you could just click on that center button. Then if you highlight, let's highlight these 3 paragraphs. So take your mouse to the left of the eye and drag down to the web page that we made, and click on Justify. Not too much happens there because it's not a bulleted list. But if we were to go halfway through, is it going to make it do? It's not going to do. So it would center in. And then in Word, you can click anywhere to remove the selection. When you guys are working on word research papers or group projects, a lot of times you'll type a paper and you'll want to put comments in for others to, or possibly if you're proofreading others' work, you might want to put a comment in there and suggest a change. So if we click right next to campaign, so the cursor's blinking right there by B, we're going to insert a comment. So click on the Review tab, and then see it says over here, New Comment. Click there. And it gives you a chance to write a comment on there. So just type put describe right there as our little note. And then if you press We can put, if we click this little, we can put, another comment right up underneath that. Why is it can't? So that's how you would insert comments into the document. Another thing is, instead of writing a bunch of comments, you can actually mark it up. So if we click right here where it says track changes, and then click where it says show comments and take that off, we can go back to our document. Then if we were to make a change, like remove that copyright symbol, we just go backspace, then click. Should show as red, doesn't seem to be doing that. Doesn't seem to be tracking them. No. It should be showing while you're changing it, doesn't seem to be doing that. I wonder if our username's not set up. Did you guys track, does it get red marks on it? You did? Oh. I don't know why mine's not showing, it's kinda weird. But it should show you when you've deleted something. Show marker. There we go, okay. If you don't see it, here we go. Here's, click on the review pane, and then it'll show it to you here what we've done. We've deleted here, removed that, we removed the, copyright marker there, so, okay. Then also when you're working with documents, if you have a document that you want to send to somebody and either you want to see what they've done or restrict them from making any changes, still in the review tab, in the protect group, you can click on the restrict editing there. And you can, these are your different options. Limit the formatting to select styles, only allow certain types. If we check that, we get a drop down of different, they can only fill forms in, only add comments, something to that nature. Already done that. Already done that. Okay. Any questions? You guys looking at me like nothing new. I told you it starts off easy. That's chapter 2. Believe it or not, that's the entire chapter. Alright. So you can save that document for your reference.